Now at 4 News Now at 6, a popular trailhead is a favorite for hikers, but thieves are also on the prowl. How to keep yourself safe and why a nearby camera isn't helping.
Our warm weather will be sticking around for Wednesday, but it won't be anywhere near as pleasant. Gusty winds, blowing dust, and potential thunderstorms in your first alert forecast.
Eastern Washington University is going Polytech, how the new branding is aimed at boosting enrollment. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
It's scary. It's really scary.
Trailgoers at Antoine Peak are coming off the trails to find their cars have been broken into and discovering their valuables inside are gone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Derek Dice.
I'm Kirsten O'Connor. In the last month, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office says several break-ins have happened there. 5 break-ins at the Trentwood Trailhead alone. And that's where our Hunter Bertram is live tonight with why many felt their cars were safe to park there. Hunter?
Yeah, hey Kirsten, it's so relaxing and, unwinding to hit the trails and go for a hike. However, for those who have been venturing the trails here, they're coming off of it to find broken glass and also a headache they're going to have to deal with.
I don't think that it's something that I really thought about very often before my wallet was stolen.
Well, on a hike at Antoine Peak in Spokane Valley, thieves stole Galadriel Imbler's wallet from her car and spent hundreds on her cards before she finished her hike.
It's disheartening. It's disappointing. I want to be able to go somewhere and feel like I'm safe and that I can go enjoy the outdoors and not have to worry about that stuff.
Which is why she had chose to take a journey through nature at Antoine Peak, leaving her car here in the Trentwood Trailhead parking lot. And at the time, she thought it was being watched over.
Great, we're going to be able to see the car that they're driving. We're going to see who the person is. And he went on there and said, the cameras aren't actually working.
Well, these cameras are working, just not in her favor. Multiple signs at the Trentwood Trailhead say webcam in use, which Galadriel thought meant it was a security camera monitoring the vehicles in the parking lot. To her surprise, they don't do that. Spokane County telling me they only take a picture every 10 minutes for the website. For those planning a trip to see if more trailheads are busier than others, the county also doesn't keep those photos.
And so there's this false sense of security and safety there.
Yeah, and like we said earlier here, there's been 5 break-ins within the last month. So for you at home, if you're planning to hit the trailheads, just remember, leave those valuables behind. Don't even leave them in sight. As the Spokane County Sheriff's Office says, thieves are looking to get whatever they can. For now, live in Spokane Valley, I'm Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Good info there. Thank you, Hunter. Well, a former Spokane Valley police sergeant accused of beating a man in a park last year will face a judge tomorrow. We've followed this case for more than a year now. You may remember it. Investigators say 62-year-old Kevin Hinton was on his way home from a 12-hour road trip when he pulled into the parking lot of Terrace View Park to rest. That is when Sergeant Clay Hilton approached Hinton and told him to move his car. But Sergeant Hilton would not let him leave until he showed his ID. When Hinton refused, the sergeant pulled him out of the car and beat him several times. Hinton suffered 8 broken ribs and a punctured lung. Sergeant Hilton was officially fired from the sheriff's office earlier this month. Well, we've had a streak of beautiful weather, and it is going to be changing and kind of coming to an end with our team of weather experts tracking some strong wind and potentially even thunderstorms.
Yeah, those winds are triggering a blowing dust advisory. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see which areas are being affected.
Well, the areas that are in the blowing dust advisory, the Columbia Basin, the Spokane area, and down into the Washington Palouse, areas that have been especially dry and with so much farmland have plentiful dust. Travel on I-90, on Highway 2, you may run into visibility of less than a quarter mile at times tomorrow afternoon. It goes into effect at 11 a.m. and goes all the way until 11 o'clock tomorrow night. It is going to stay windy right on through the late evening. There is also a wind advisory in effect for the area with wind gusts of up to 45 miles per hour. That is not only causing concerns with visibility, but our fire weather because it has been so dry. The winds will start picking up around 11 a.m. with gusts as high as 35 miles per hour, 40-mile-per-hour winds around around 3, 4 o'clock. And then once we're into 5, 6, 7, that is when our winds will peak at 45 miles per hour before they slowly calm down. It is going to be a warm day again tomorrow with temperatures about 15 degrees above average, but it is cooler air that is pushing in behind the cold front that's kicking up the winds tomorrow. I'll let you know how much we're going to cool down, plus tell you about the potential of thunderstorms tomorrow evening in your first alert forecast.
Eastern Washington University is now the region's polytechnic.
Eastern Washington University is changing its brand. This comes after some challenging years for the university as it dealt with budget and enrollment issues.
Our Alexandra Cohen-Yards was at the campus today and shares why the school decided on this renewed approach to learning.
Every year, new Eagles here at Eastern walk through these pillars to commemorate the start of the school year. But those who went through them today are walking into an institution with a new approach that is more focused than ever on hands-on learning and giving back to our community. Students are walking into this institution that is in its next evolution of education. How it hopes to do this?
Making sure that we're transitioning the learning environment beyond just the classrooms and into the community, beyond just the books and into the businesses and the research laboratories.
As our region's polytechnic institution, Eastern hopes to ensure students are not only given a degree, but also a feeling that they are ready to enter the workforce. University President Sherry McMahon joined Eastern at a pivotal time, both for the institution and higher education. She believes this new brand will better serve our region.
And the way we do that best is to find out what jobs are in demand and help provide the employees for those jobs.
For Mason Rowe, a new student in the graphic design program at Eastern, this new approach is exciting. One of the reasons he transferred was to get more hands-on learning.
Betters my motivation, it gets me more engaged, it makes me actually want to feel like I want to complete my degree instead of slugging at home.
The university's 5-year strategic plan allocates $1 million a year towards experiential learning opportunities. These include internships, research projects, and co-ops. The school is also in the process of asking legislators for funds to better support this new brand. And the hope is that this renewed focus not only creates a stronger university, but also a stronger region.
We draw a lot from the region. We give back a lot to this region, with majority of our individuals being within our large catchment area.
Reporting in Cheney, Alexandra Cohen-Yards, 4 News Now.
Well, the Pac-12 is suing the Mountain West Conference. The Pac-12 accuses the Mountain West over what it calls an unlawful and unenforceable poaching penalty. According to the lawsuit, the rebuilding conference would have to pay a poaching fee of about $10 million for each of the schools leaving the Mountain West to join the Pac-12 in 2026, totaling about $43 million in fees right now. But that number can jump by another $24 million as the Pac-12 is now taking on Utah State as well and is still targeting UNLV, with lawyers for the Pac-12 saying these fees inhibit competition for member schools in collegiate athletics.
A Bonner County man is facing charges for threatening to kill former President Donald Trump. According to court documents, Warren Jones called Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort on July 31st and threatened to go there and kill the former president. The Secret Service says they were able to locate Jones using the phone number that called the resort. When he was interviewed, he told agents he was a chief of a Native American tribe and blames Trump and John F. Kennedy for breaking treaties that resulted in his loss of land. Jones also told agents he would not attempt to kill Trump and had previously been admitted for psychiatric care.
Well, Republicans are suing over mail-in ballots in Mississippi.
We'll explain how this case could impact elections across the country. And we'll check in with Mark Peterson and the Extreme team on their latest project meant to help kids considered at risk.
Plus, tomorrow is Trades Night at Mount Spokane High School. Why companies rely on events like these. Next on 4 News Now at 6.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed! So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty food? We got you. Heard you wanna do some shopping? We got you. The live music is always popping at the Go to Lake Casino. At the Go to Lake Casino. Go to Lake Casino. The winning is just the beginning.
I have 2 options for you to take a look at.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel,
Just watch yourself there. So here, guys, we're going to rip everything down to the stud.
Rebath is with you every step of the way, from design and products to removal and installation.
Okay. What do you guys think?
We handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
I started taking care of my mom about 5 months ago. She has dementia, and then being newly diagnosed with lung cancer, my mom was unable to stay in her home. Balancing work and caregiving has been a struggle. Knowing that Wall Cares will be available relieves a lot of stress. Having access to those funds would have helped so much, financially and mentally, because life is unpredictable. Wall Cares moves with you, even if you move out of Washington.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region. Don't miss out on this limited-time offer to upgrade your kitchen with the Frigidaire Professional 4-piece package and save up to $3,100. Experience precision cooking with this Frigidaire range. Keep your dishes sparkling with this professional dishwasher. This sleek microwave offers sensor cooking technology, and this fabulous refrigerator designed with our Space Pro shelving system.
At Just Between Friends, you'll find everything you need for your family. It's all here.
I've been shopping in JBF since my kids were little, and we just love it.
Is the one-stop shop for everything that you need for your kids and your grandkids.
I'm a first-time mom. I got a lot of clothing, shoes, I got a changing table. It's been a lot of fun.
Such a blessing to be able to shop, sell, and save at JBF. This has been a game changer for our family.
Just Between Friends at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center.
Students will get a chance to try fixing a car for themselves at part of Mount Spokane's upcoming Trades Night. Trades Night starts Wednesday night at 5, and Mount Spokane says over 40 organizations from a variety of trades will be there.
Yeah, for the organizers, this event is all about getting kids connected with what could be a lifelong career. Derek Strom spoke to some of the presenters about why these events are so important to their industries.
This is the first time Mount Spokane has ever hosted a trades night, and it's hoping to give people information not only just about skilled trades, but it's also hoping to give kids hands-on opportunities to test out these trades to see what they like.
We're actually going to bring out a Ram TRX truck, and we're going to go ahead and replace the brakes on this one.
Mount Spokane High School is expecting representatives from many different industries at its upcoming Trades Night. It hopes to have a wide variety of hands-on activities available for students that are interested in a career in a skilled trade.
The entire parking lot is going to be full of heavy machinery and an opportunity for people to walk around, look at forklifts, dump trucks. We have a flooring company that's going to be on site where students can build laminate and take it apart. So something for everybody, we hope.
Mechanics from the Lithia Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram dealership in Spokane are coming to Mount Spokane High School to give kids a window into what they do every day. The dealership's assistant service manager says it's increasingly difficult to find mechanics that want to work in the industry, but he says events like Trades Night are a new way for him to find people interested in a skilled trade.
It's very difficult work, it's hard work, and so to try and find that niche of students that are interested in still getting dirty and greasy every single day is still very difficult, and maintaining that over a long period of time.
The organizers of Trades Night say many students are underexposed to the opportunities that are in skilled trades and the benefits that can come with that.
I think that as an institution, school has done a wonderful job of promoting school, and we've missed out on a lot of opportunities that exist out there. So hopefully this is an opportunity to right the scales a little bit and put a bunch of really cool things in front of young people.
Everyone is welcome to attend the event, not just students from Mount Spokane. In Meade, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Thank you for that, Derek. Wednesday planner will start the day off with blue skies, sunshine, a fairly calm day. Winds start picking up just before noon, and expect a windy and dusty afternoon and evening with the possibility of some thunderstorms. I'll explain after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Honda.
The stars are shining on GMA this week, and tomorrow, Niecy Nash is live. Then this week, Divine Joy Randolph, Javier Bardem, and New Kids on the Block. This week, only on
Good Morning America!
Funny Girl is the theatrical event of the season, featuring celebrated songs like Don't Rain on My Parade and People. Entertainment Weekly raves Funny Girl is a love letter to the big old-fashioned Broadway musical. The Providence Journal proclaims this production is quite simply dazzling, an entertainment experience like no other. Don't miss Funny Girl. Playing First Interstate Center for the Arts October 1st through the 6th. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Discover fall in Coeur d'Alene. Experience the hidden treasure of autumn in our serene lakeside town. As the lively energy of summer subsides, the town embraces the tranquility of fall. Guests can unwind and find solace by the glistening lake. See for yourself why fall is Coeur d'Alene's best-kept secret. Book your fall foliage lake cruise overnight package now and make memories that will warm your heart for years to come.
Introducing permanent year-round outdoor lighting. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric.
Happy anniversary from McVeigh Brothers. For over 90 years, our family has been remodeling homes in eastern Washington and northern Idaho. We sell the very best products in composition and metal roofing, the energy-efficient Coeur d'Alene windows, and our unlimited selection of maintenance-free siding options. And during our anniversary sale, you can choose up to $2,500 off on select packages or 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 6 months. At McVeigh Brothers, we're always working for you.
Feels like we're in the middle of July, not the end of September. Temperatures still in the mid-80s. We got up to 86 today in Spokane. That's more than 15 degrees above average. Sunset is coming right up about a half an hour from now. Coeur d'Alene, it's 82 and sunny. Just a beautiful evening. We're going to keep the warm weather, but add some not so pleasant things in the forecast. 4 things to know. It is going to be a wild Wednesday. Windy, dusty, isolated thunderstorms. It'll be our last day in the 80s. We'll be cooling back down to average for the rest of the week and the weekend. Forecast wind gusts starting off at 6 a.m. will be reasonably calm, set just over the Cascades into the Columbia Basin. Already starting to see those winds pick up a little bit as this cold front approaches through the afternoon. Here's 3 o'clock tomorrow. Wind gusts at excess of 40 miles per hour in Omak, Grand Coulee, and Ritzville. Things picking up in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene as well. We'll see those winds peaking between about 5 and 7 o'clock tomorrow. As you can see, Ritzville with 42 mile per hour gusts, 38 mile per hour gusts in Spokane. And then as we get into the late evening, it will start calming down, but it is still going to be a windy night. Here is 11 o'clock with wind gusts close to 30 miles per hour in many locations. Precipitation starting off at 11 a.m. We're going to see some bright blue skies to start the day. Then as that front approaches, we bring in the chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Here's 4 o'clock in the afternoon with some wet weather through the northeast mountains. It will be most likely that you will find thunderstorms in the higher terrain, but wouldn't rule it out throughout North Idaho and the northeast mountains. Will begin drying out as we get into the 11 o'clock hour. That's when our advisories expire. We'll keep the wet weather going in North Idaho, but then we'll be clear by Thursday. Our 12-hour chance of rain, 20% at 2 and 4, then it jumps up to 40% for measurable precipitation at 6 o'clock through 10 o'clock, and then we dry out for the evening. We're going to be left with some really pretty fall weather. Still a bit breezy on Thursday, but nowhere near as windy as Wednesday. breezy conditions with a high of 70. Then our temperatures will stay in the mid-70s through the 7-day forecast, which will be a little above average because our average high will be dropping down into the 60s by that point. I'm keeping a very close eye on overnight lows. Right now, it looks like we'll be in the mid or lower to mid 40s next week, but if we might get down into that frost range for some of the outlying areas, and we will be sure to alert you if we do.
Well, Mark Peterson and the Extreme team are working hard at building a coffee kiosk at Spokane's Northeast Community Center. That kiosk is meant to do a whole lot more than just serve fresh coffee, though.
Yeah, it's meant to help teens considered at risk get hands-on training in areas like basic employment, cash handling, and customer service. Let's check in with Mark to see what still needs to be done before Thursday's big reveal.
So this is the Commons, and this is where, again, people are going to be able to sit. We've got chairs coming in from Spokane Restaurant Supply and tables. This is the wall that's been painted. The TV goes there. It's going to be great. Windsor Plywood, we got 3 sheets of beautiful 3/4-inch ply and had them cut them up specifically for this wall, and this is how it turned out. We had the very plain wall, then we put black behind this, and now we put this up. So this will be the donor wall with stars exploding out of it. And doesn't it sound great? It sounds explosive, but it's going to be really cool. So that is still a work in progress. Merrimack Metal custom cut this metal for us. That will be a wainscot underneath. So metal, rock from Capal Stoneworks, and wood from Windsor. It all comes together. It's here that we're going to take this down tomorrow. This will be gone Wednesday. And then we'll start to show you a little bit about what we're doing there as we turn coffee to career, and we help those who need the help, and they learn stuff. It's going to be great. For the Extreme team, I'm Mark Peterson, 4 News Now.
Coffee to career. I like that. For the first time in over a decade, Washington will have a new governor. We dive into past election patterns to see if the Republican candidate, Dave Reichert, has a chance at winning.
We don't decide the price for patients.
The makers of Ozempic are defending why the drug costs hundreds more in the U.S. than it does in Europe. Hear from the CEO about what's driving the nearly $1,000 a month price tag coming up next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Wherever you need us, American On Site.
Custom is more than choosing from a few fabric options. With True Custom Upholstery by Bassett, you get control over almost every detail, so you can design a sofa that's perfect for you. From the style of the arms and legs to the cushion and pillow shape. Perfect style, perfect comfort, created for you. Get 30% off Bassett Custom Upholstery at the Tin Roof for a limited time only.
Whatever you need to do this fall, we've got your back. AutoNation Honda has an unmatched selection with great savings. Drive a new 2024 Honda Accord EX sedan for $249 a month. Visit AutoNation Honda today.
Next 5. Welcome. It's a wild Wednesday. Shailene Woodley from her new series, 3 Women. Plus tips on how to beat the fall blues.
Watch live tomorrow at 9, right after GMA.
The Gamma knife we have here in Spokane is the state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line Gamma knife that is available in the world.
The brain is high-priced real estate. It's very important for cognition, physical function. You only want to hit the tumor and give very, very little dose to the surrounding brain.
It's the only machine capable of delivering this type of precision and with almost no interruption in any of the other treatments that they need.
Not only is this the best radiation technology, but it's delivered by a caring team of professionals who have been doing this for decades.
Are you ready to stay for less and play for more? The Kootenai Casino has low room rates and our most exciting gaming yet. Book now to get your deluxe room at the Kootenai Falls Lodge for just $99 every midweek night in September. And join us for September Hot Spins, Weekend Super Spins, and catch the game Monday nights. Score big in September. Book your getaway at the Kootenai Casino today. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW Local 3000.
Around the nation, Republicans are suing over mail-in ballot policies in Mississippi, and the outcome of the case could have a big impact on mail-in ballots everywhere in the country, including here in Washington.
This is former President Donald Trump is giving his supporters a mixed message on early voting. CNN's Julia Benbrook explains.
Mississippi allows officials to count ballots that arrive within 5 days after Election Day, as long as they're properly postmarked. The Republican National Committee and others are alleging this violates federal statute, and it resembles laws in roughly 20 other states and jurisdictions. So this case could have major implications on mail-in voting. The other states that allow for late arriving ballots include Nevada, Ohio, and Virginia, as well as Maryland, the site of a competitive Senate race. California and New York also allow for post-election ballot receipt and could make a major difference in who controls the House. Former President Donald Trump has long railed against mail-in voting. In 2020, his attacks against the practice made it less popular among GOP voters. But at a recent rally, Trump gave a confusing message to his supporters.
We have to win Pennsylvania. Go out and make a plan to vote early, vote absentee. Now we have this stupid stuff where you can vote 45 days early.
Now, Mississippi is not the only state where this approach is being litigated, but by bringing a case against Mississippi, Republicans have navigated this to a friendly forum, more likely to give them a ruling that could help boost cases like this elsewhere. Now, the Department of Justice, Democrats, and others argue that this approach is not violating federal statute. Reporting in Washington, I'm Julia Benbrook.
Well, the CEO of the company behind the weight loss drugs Ozempic and Wegovy testified in front of a panel of lawmakers on why the drugs cost so much in the U.S.
We don't decide the price for patients. That's set by the insurance companies.
We've heard from everybody in the world, and everyone blames everybody else.
According to Senator Bernie Sanders, Americans pay $986 a month for Ozempic, compared to just $155 in Canada and $59 in Germany. CEO Lars Jorgensen says drug prices go beyond his company's control.
Here, that patients too often struggle to navigate the complex U.S. healthcare system.
Jorgensen also said time spent on drug development costs money. The committee's top Republican, Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, who's also a medical doctor, says that commitment requires a profit incentive. Well, one local organization is receiving $1 million in federal funding to help migrants.
How Thrive plans on spending that money coming up. Plus, Washington is gearing up for its first new governor in more than a decade. Can Republican Dave Reichert turn the tide? We analyze previous races to see if he stands a chance of winning after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's our Labor Day sales event happening all month. New Sierra 2500 HDs amps and 3500 HDs as low as $59,878. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Life happens. Lucky for you, ICCU has a new kind of checking account that comes with benefits that help you life better. Because being human is a full-time job.
How do you keep performing at a high level when you're a man over 40? By taking Manpower. Manpower helps your body produce and conserve your own natural testosterone for a healthy sex life and positive mental attitude. Experience a vibrant, active life again with the energy and drive of a younger you. Manpower is available at any Mother's Cupboard location, Lincoln Heights, North Point Plaza, or University Road in the Valley.
Mother's Cupboard, things that make you feel good.
Do you have a storage problem? Wisman Storage Containers is your all-in-one local storage solution. We offer a variety of sizes and provide free delivery within the greater Spokane area. Wisman Storage Containers is your locally owned and family-operated storage solution. Don't just store. Secure your stuff today.
I want you to know where I stand on abortion.
Where Dave Reichert stands is clear. He spent over a decade working to take away abortion rights. In Congress, Reichert repeatedly voted for a national abortion ban and against exceptions, and time after time voted to defund Planned Parenthood. Now, Reichert says as governor, he'll work toward unraveling protections for abortion access here. Reichert is really wrong for Washington.
It's our Labor Day sales event happening all month long, where you'll save up to $14,000 off MSRP on a new GMC Sierra 1500. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, tonight in our For the People coverage, after this upcoming election, Washington will have a new governor for the first time in 12 years.
Now, Washington hasn't had a Republican governor since the 1980s. Marissa Rio joins us in studio. And Marissa, you spoke with a political expert today. So what is the likelihood of Washington having a Republican governor?
Well, based on voter trends and how the state has voted in the past few presidential elections, as you can see right here, it doesn't seem that likely that we'll have a Republican governor. In 1981, voters elected Republican candidate John Dennis Spellman, as governor. He was in office until 1985, and ever since, we've always elected a Democratic governor.
It's a big uphill battle for Republicans to be able to find success in the gubernatorial race.
Democratic candidate Bob Ferguson and Republican candidate Dave Reichert are the two men racing to be Washington's next governor. In the primary elections, Bob Ferguson earned over 44% of the votes. Reichert had just over 27% of the votes. So what's changed since the 1980s that makes this seat so difficult to flip?
So as more companies have been expanding since the 1980s, more jobs have been coming. Those are on average higher income, higher education requirement jobs, right? And just based off voter demographic trends, that doesn't lend itself toward a Republican advantage.
According to Pew Research, voters in the lowest and highest income levels do tilt more Democratic than Republican. While Washington is a blue state, here in Spokane County, we may feel split. The county tends to vote red, but the city tends to vote blue. If we look at the 2016 presidential results, Hillary Clinton received over 46,000 votes in the city of Spokane. Trump had over 10,000 votes less. When looking at 2020, Biden received over 66,000 votes in the city of Spokane. Trump had just over 47,000 votes. I asked Dr. Heitfield, whose expertise is in political behavior and elections, why the city of Spokane is different from the rest of the county. He said it's because of population growth and the amount of people moving here to the city.
The reality is that they're often moving from, areas that, like California, right, Oregon, and they don't lend themselves to being overwhelmingly Republican voters.
So the big factors as to why Dr. Heitfield believes the city of Spokane tends to lean left while the county tends to lean right is because of the urbanization and growth here in the city. In studio, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
All right, Marissa, interesting stuff. Thank you. Instagram's new teen account settings are now in effect. This means all users under the age of 18 have had their accounts set to private. It also means only people they're already connected to will be able to send them messages, tag them in photos, or mention them in comments. The new settings will also restrict what kinds of content they can view on the app. They'll also get time limit reminders after they've spent an hour on the app each day. And Instagram will automatically mute notifications between the hours of 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. All right, take a live look over Spokane from our Skycam. The view is going to look much different tomorrow with those blowing dust advisories. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker has your forecast.
Yeah, a beautiful night right now. It's going to be just as warm tomorrow, but so much windier. A blowing dust advisory goes into effect at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's when our winds are going to be picking up. About this time, they'll be peaking, and that blowing dust advisory goes until 11 o'clock. It's for the areas shaded in yellow on your screen, the Columbia Basin, Waterville Plateau, as well as the Spokane area, the Washington Palouse. Meanwhile, there is a wind advisory for the area shaded in brown on your screen. Expect southwest wind gusts of up to 45 miles per hour throughout the entire region, with a passing cold front that is going to drop our temperatures for Thursday. Let's take it hour by hour. Wake up Wednesday morning, and it is a beautiful day, 60 and sunny at 7 o'clock. We'll be in the 70s by 10, starting to see the winds pick up by about 11 a.m., and we're into the 80s by noon. A slight chance of showers and windier weather by 2 o'clock, and these are sustained winds. We're going to be seeing even higher gusts, then a chance of showers and isolated thunderstorms. Once we're into the evening, I will be back with your 7-day forecast and tell you about the weather blowing in for Thursday in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. Funding for Spokane's volunteer-led group known as COPS is up in the air. Their scattered COPS shops have helped with fingerprinting, victim advocacy, block watch, and IDs for missing kids in the city for more than 30 years. Last night, funding for the organization was brought up in a city council meeting. COPS' current 5-year contract with the city expires at the end of this year. The current yearly cost was nearly $470,000. The resolution was indefinitely deferred after some heated debate. Listen to this.
I did see a lot of, them working with the community. I take my kids there also. But I guess after COVID, I just haven't seen anything.
If what we're saying is we want to kill the contract with COPS, we should just say that because that is clearly the message that I am receiving from the other side of the 7th floor is that
we really haven't heard from our police chief as how he sees COPS being integrated into whatever his policing model is. Is that going to be integrated?
We spoke with the executive director of COPS today. He says he plans to meet with Police Chief Kevin Hall this week. We will continue to follow developments on the future of COPS and bring you updates. Well, target shooting is no longer allowed at the sand dunes near Moses Lake because of safety concerns. The Columbia Basin Wildlife Area Manager releasing a statement reading, "We have seen multiple dangerous incidents involving target shooting, and the potential for serious injury or worse is too great to allow this activity to continue." Well, yesterday, the Spokane City Council approved which organizations will receive funding from the American Rescue Plan Act, and Thrive International was one of those organizations. The $1 million that this organization will go towards its supportive housing services project. Our Madeline Mullins has more on what services that project provides.
When refugees and immigrants arrive in Spokane, Thrive International is often their first stop.
You don't know language, you don't know where you should go first, how you should receive your document, like work authorization, social security number.
Thrive International helps connect these participants with the resources they need to survive.
Our goal is to help refugees from surviving to thriving.
Helping immigrants and refugees thrive is something they can do better with the money they received from the grant.
This grant will support case manager services at Thrive that we have, and also will help ESL classes.
Thrive has 92 beds at their facility, but their reach is far beyond that. With the new grant, they're hoping to assist 350 households. The funds are going to Thrive Supportive Housing Services program. This will help fund workshops and educational activities, as well as programs for women and children.
Many times, refugee women, when they arrive in Spokane, many times the husband mainly would go to work and the wife would stay home. And so we see that vulnerable situation. How can we assimilate them into the community?
Yulia Boycheva moved to Spokane from Ukraine with her husband and son.
At that time, it was great to have some support, kids' clothes.
She now works at Thrive.
The favorite part, it's maybe when I saw first-time family when they arrived, and when they live here, receive all of the resources, meet new families, new friends, find some job, receive document, they become to be happy.
Thrive's goal is to help families get assimilated with the community and stand on their own. With this new money, they hope they can help more people do that. With 4 News Now, I am Madeline Mullins.
All right, we have new developments in the Pac-12's plan to rebuild the conference, how the Pac-12 is making sure it's set up for the future.
Yeah, plus how Gonzaga and some other schools might fit into that equation. Sports director Julian Minnesone breaks it all down, coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Just Between Friends.
Happy anniversary from McVeigh Brothers. This month, if you'd like to upgrade your home with some new Coeur d'Alene windows or maybe a new roof, we're offering an anniversary special. Or no money down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for 6 months. From McVeigh Brothers.
When you own a home or cabin, there's nothing better than spending time on your deck. And the best place to get your decking materials is from the decking pros at Windsor Plywood.
Windsor Plywood.
Right now, get great end-of-season specials on closeout decking.
Life is an opportunity to grow, to feel, to excel. Life moves at its own pace, daring you to keep up. Life pushes you to be better and to go farther. Life has you here. We're just here to help.
Are you struggling to get through the day? Are you experiencing chronic pain, burning, numbness, and tingling in your hands or feet? Pay attention, because you are probably experiencing peripheral neuropathy. The most common symptoms are numbness, burning, muscle cramps, and problems with balance. Neuropathy is treatable, and our office can help. It's time to get real results. Pick up your phone and call us right now. If you're one of the first 25 callers, you'll receive a free nerve damage screening. This nerve damage screening will tell you if you're at risk for serious nerve damage and if you're qualified for our cutting-edge treatment program to stop the nerve damage. Don't wait until it's too late and your symptoms get so bad that you lose your freedom and are restricted to a wheelchair, walker, or need amputation. Call now to be one of the first 25 callers to receive a free nerve damage screening. Hurry, call now to find out if you qualify for our free nerve damage screening and see how we can change your life. It's time to feel better. Call today.
Next ET.
Hi, I'm Steve Martin.
And I'm Martin Short.
And I'm Salita Gomez, and we are spilling the ET.
Plus, only we're on set of season 12 of The Masked Singer.
Next, watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Lights.
Camera.
Dancing.
Our stars are having a night at the Oscars.
A sparkling debut.
Oscars night on Dancing with the Stars, live tonight.
Washington State and Boise State will go head-to-head on Saturday in a matchup between 2 future conference rivals. Boise State is one of 5 Mountain West schools that have agreed to join the Pac-12 in 2026. In this week's Cougar Chalk Talk, sports director Julian Minnesone gives us a rundown of where the conference stands now and how it plans to solidify its future.
Well, on Monday, the Pac-12 struck out on adding schools from the American Conference. Memphis, Tulane, UTSA, and South Florida all deciding to stay put. Many deemed it a failure by the Pac-12. But the conference is already taking the next steps to becoming a big player in the college sports landscape once again.
You look like you asked somebody to the dance and they turned you down publicly in front of the whole school.
The Pac-12 is now fighting with the league it decided to tango with to save its future, suing the Mountain West over poaching penalties for taking 5 schools from the conference.
Any move that we make and an impact of any move that we make, my focus is always going to be these programs and these student athletes.
If those fees are thrown out, it would save the Pac-12 at least $50 million.
And really free them up to go and say to UNLV and some of the incoming members, hey, we're able to help you a little bit with your exit fees in the Mountain West.
The Pac-12 and its 5 new members are on the hook for more than $120 million in exit fees and poaching penalties. But it's always been about the playoff, not the payoff.
Hey, if you get regular access, if you're around the playoff, if you put together a conference of, the 5th best conference in the country, it looks that way, you can get closer to what those distributions are for the Big 12 and the ACC. And I think that matters more than maybe the media money that you would ultimately get.
The conference needs at least 8 schools to fulfill FBS requirements, but basketball will still be a major factor in the conference's future, and Gonzaga will certainly be in the mix.
If you can bring Gonzaga into that room and maybe someone else from the WCC into that room, is it St. Mary's? Is it Grand Canyon? You can fortify the conference in a way that positions it as, is it the best basketball conference in America? Is it second?
And the Pac-12 needs to add one more school by July 2026 to reach full FBS requirements. However, the expectation is to get it done sooner than later to start negotiating a new media rights deal. Reporting in the studio, Julian Minnesota, 4 News Now Sports.
Julian, thank you. Our Game of the Week poll is back open this week. You have your pick at 3 high school football games, and the winner will be featured on our Friday Night Sports Extra highlight show. The Game of the Week contenders this week are Meade versus Mount Spokane, Deer Park versus East Valley, and Pullman at West Valley. You can scan the QR code on your screen to vote or find this story on our website, KXLY.com.
Sydney, thank you. Well, 170 kids here in the Inland Northwest are battling cancer right now.
September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, and one local organization is making sure the stories of kids battling the disease are heard. Our Allison Martinez shares the stories of young fighters and the family members carrying them through.
You know, we all have a story, and we all are going to die, but you never expect your child is going to, and cancer just puts that fear in you.
Sarah Gratchik was helping her daughter put on her pajamas when she discovered something that changed her life forever, a lump on her daughter Jade's side.
You just don't, you never know. Like, you can't take any moment for granted because you just don't know.
Before the age of 10, Jade was diagnosed with a form of kidney cancer. Sarah says for the first few days, she was overwhelmed by a whirlwind of doctors and nurses who needed so much from her daughter.
Just people in and out of your room, just constantly wanting something from your child, and you can't protect them from that. You can't save them from that. But Denise walked in and she didn't want anything from Jade. She just wanted to be there for her.
Denise works with the Childhood Cancer Coalition, a group who connects with families of kids battling cancer. Around the world and in the Inland Northwest, it's a disease impacting more families than you may think.
Some things that people don't realize about childhood cancer is people think it's rare. It's not rare. We have 170 kids locally.
Jade is just 9 years old now, and she's fought through 16 months of chemotherapy and radiation. Today, she's cancer-free. Her mom says through it all, Jade never lost her spark. The Childhood Cancer Coalition is hosting their annual Light the Way Gala this weekend. Tickets are sold out, but you can still support by donating. In Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Always a great event. Well, tomorrow, Vitalin is hosting a blood drive at Sunrise Elementary School in honor of one of its students who died of cancer. This is Callie Anderson. She attended Sunrise Elementary, which hosted blood drives in honor of her and other students who have or had cancer. 4 News Now had the chance to meet Callie back in April before she passed away in August. She would have been a 6th grader this year. You can sign up for tomorrow's blood drive right now. It's happening from 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. The information to sign up is on our website, KXLY.com.
Winds will be picking up tomorrow. Our wind advisory and blowing dust advisory goes into effect at 11 a.m. and that's about the time winds will already be gusting up to 35 miles per hour. We're heading up to wind gusts up to 45 miles per hour in Spokane. Parts of the Columbia Basin could even see 50 mile per hour gusts. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
This season, fall into Coeur d'Alene. Fall is a great time to visit Coeur d'Alene. With awesome weather, fall color cruises, exciting events, a variety of food, beer, and wine selections, and amazing accommodations. It's the perfect time to stay and play in CDA. Visit cdafall.com for more information.
is ready to answer adventure's highest calling. We've built our most capable Subaru yet. Sure-footed symmetrical all-wheel drive, 9.5 inches of ground clearance. Plus, 97% of Outback vehicles sold in the last 10 years are still on the road today. The 2025 Subaru Outback Wilderness. Adventure elevated. Drive a new 2025 Subaru Outback with 2.9% financing for 72 months at AutoNation Subaru.
Mainstream has proudly served Greater Spokane and Northern Idaho for over 20 years, offering reliable and high-quality home services. Our exceptional team is committed to delivering trusted plumbing, heating, cooling, and electrical solutions that ensure the comfort and safety of your home. Our goal is to provide the best experience possible when it comes to repairing, maintaining, or installing systems that make your home a more comfortable place to live. Because we are home services, we are Mainstream.
Why would Stanton Optical choose a penguin as their spokesbird?
They're not your typical eye care company. I'm not your typical penguin.
How is Stanton Optical different from all the other eye care services?
Reliable professional advice. Same-day glasses, unbeatable prices, and eye exams whenever you need them. I could go on.
Stan?
Yes?
How does it feel to be the new face of Stanton Optical?
We're a team. There's no I in eye care. Wait, you know what I mean. Get 2 pairs of free eye exam and anti-glare lenses for only $79.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Welcome back. We want to show you a bear who decided to turn this crawl space of one California family's home into its den. It's hard to see there. There's a little paw. I mean, a big paw.
Yeah. A very big paw.
The homeowners are hoping the bear leaves on its own before trying to give him the boot. In the meantime, they've named their grizzly house guest Junior.
We're not at all afraid of him. He's just an old bear. He needed a place to make into a den.
So there you go.
And he's not a small bear either. Look at that.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
Yeah, no
I think
kidding.
a little bit of fear when it comes to bears is a good thing. Oh, there's his face.
Yeah.
Oh, it may just be getting ready to hunker down for the winter. It won't be long until...
Soon enough, I suppose.
Yes, it's about hibernation time. We have some cooler air that is trying to push its way in, and it is not doing it very subtly. Let's start off with a very calm live view of downtown Spokane right now. Our sunset was at 6:44. Sun's already down, but what a beautiful sky right now in downtown. Here are 4 things to know about your forecast. That sky's going to look very different this time tomorrow. A wild Wednesday of weather. Windy and dusty, isolated thunderstorms possible late in the day, and this will be our last day in the 80s. We're heading into the 80s tomorrow, and then much cooler air coming, but it's really just going to cool us down to average. We're 15 degrees above average today with high pressure and control, actually a little more than 15 degrees. We got up to 86. We have a cold front, though, that is going to bring in some cooler air. It's also going to do so not so subtly. It's going to bring an increase in our winds, a chance of showers, and some concerns about fire danger. We are still in fire season, and the gusty winds, along with the potential for lightning, definitely has firefighters on alert for this system. Our forecast wind gusts starting off at 6 a.m. already getting breezy out in the Columbia Basin. That's where we're going to see the strongest gusts tomorrow. Some locations could see gusts up to 50 miles per hour. By 3 p.m., 40-mile-per-hour gusts will be common, picking up to 33 miles per hour in Spokane. Some of the strongest winds in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene will be in that 7 o'clock time frame. Then that front moves off. By 11, that is when the wind advisory and the blowing dust advisory expires. We'll be calmer, but still wind gusts in the 30-mile-per-hour range. Finally, a little bit calmer as we get into Thursday, but it will be breezy. Our forecast radar shows the wet weather moving in. Here's 4 o'clock and the potential for thunderstorms. The best chance of thunderstorms will be over the mountain areas, but wouldn't rule out an isolated thunderstorm around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Here's 6 p.m. By 11, when our advisories expire, we'll begin drying out in eastern Washington, holding on to the wet weather in North Idaho through at least the first part of the overnight. Forecast rain up to 11 o'clock Wednesday. Not very impressive in eastern Washington. Any spots that do experience a thunderstorm may see more, but we're looking at hundredths of an inch in most locations. Only a few spots getting over a tenth of an inch. Your planning forecast. Windy tomorrow, breezy on Thursday, nowhere near as windy with a high of 70. It's going to feel cool. We'll go from tank tops to sweatshirts in one day. We'll stay in the mid 70s then through the 7-day forecast, which is about 5 degrees above average. I am tracking those overnight lows for the potential of a frost. Right now, it looks like we'll be in good shape in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but we may need to talk about some of the outlying areas this weekend.
All right, Chris, thank you. Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for your Tuesday night as we head into one more commercial break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Are you ready? They are ready. Covering the biggest events in the country right now.
There's a lot going on here this morning.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be there.
I am here and so happy.
I'm in.
I'm in too.
Michael, George, Clara, Ginger.
I think this is my favorite. Okay. What do you think of this one?
From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
This is important information from AARP and BECU. What comes to mind when you hear the phrase long-term care? The reality is that it comes in many forms depending on the situation. Washington State strives to support programs that allow aging adults to live in their own homes where they want to be. Whether it be health and personal care, transportation assistance, or support from our state's long-term care insurance program, there are many resources for our loved ones in addition to their caregivers. Find tools and tips at this website.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals. Revamp your laundry space with GE's top-of-the-line front-load laundry machine, each for just $749. Designed to deliver exceptional cleaning power and efficiency. With features like the Ultra Fresh Vent System with odor block, Microban antimicrobial technology to help prevent the growth of odor-causing bacteria. Say goodbye to musty smells and hello to fresh, clean laundry. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
Donating your vehicle to UGM Motors is easy.
When you drop off a vehicle, you have to sign a paper of I donated this vehicle, and that was the hardest part. And I didn't have to fill it out. They filled it out for me and had me sign it.
Your car, truck, RV, or motorcycle will provide food, shelter, job training, and recovery services at Union Gospel Mission.
I think it's a great service to the community.
Call 509-327-HELP to schedule a free pickup today.
So what do you think about these?
We're going to take everything. From design and products to removal and installation, Rebath is with you through every step of your remodel. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Honda.
All right, coming up tonight on Nightside, Eastern Washington University is hoping to meet a need in the region. What a rebranding means for both students and the university.
Another look at your planning forecast. Plan on a day of windy weather Wednesday, including some areas of blowing dust, breezy and cooler Thursday.
I'm just thinking about that dust. As you can tell, I've been coughing.